Death, afterlife, consciousness, soul, mystery. These words echo like whispers in the deepest corners of your mind. But what truly happens the moment your final breath escapes your body? Is it darkness, emptiness, or something far more real than life itself? In the first seconds after death, Tibetan monks believe the soul is offered a window, a brief, brilliant glimpse into the infinite. It is not the end. It is the invitation. But if you're not prepared, if your consciousness is clouded by fear, regret, or illusion, you will not see the light. You'll turn away. And that moment, that single, eternal second, will decide everything. What if this life was just a training ground for that one decision? Stay with me, because over the next moments, we're going to uncover what the ancient texts really say about death and why no one wants you to know it. Ancient knowledge, soul journey, death, first realm, hidden. When the body falls silent, the soul awakens, not into heaven or hell, but into a mysterious in-between. This is what Tibetan masters called the Chikai Bardo, the realm of the clear light. It is the very first realm after death, and the most dangerous. Because what you see there is not a god. It is pure awareness. It is everything and nothing. And if your soul is not trained, not calm, not ready, it will flee from that light. And once you turn away, you enter a darker path, a path of illusions, a path where fear, attachment, and ego will guide your next steps. This is why ancient texts were never meant for comfort. They were manuals for the soul. But no one told you. Why? Stay close. Because in the next part, we'll step into the second realm, where things get far more terrifying than death itself. Bardo, illusions, fear, ego, afterlife. Once the light is rejected, the soul falls, not into hell, but into its own mind. This is the second realm, the Chonyad Bardo. Here, your fears are not metaphors, they are living things. You'll face gods made of rage, demons of desire, phantoms of regret, but they are all you. This is not punishment. This is reflection. Your mind, now fully projected into a realm where time doesn't exist and emotion becomes form. If you hated someone in life, you may now see them as a monster. If you craved power, that craving may now chase you in the form of a beast. The shadows don't lie. They only reveal what you tried to hide. Most souls, unprepared and overwhelmed, beg for rebirth, any life, even a painful one, just to escape this. But there is a way through it. There is a path, if you remember who you are. In part 4, we reach the point where most souls are lost forever, unless they recognize one final truth: rebirth, soul trap, desire, karmic cycle, illusion. After passing through the realm of shadows, the soul enters a silent storm, the Sidpa Bardo, the third and final stage. Here, illusions become seductions. You may feel drawn to a glowing light, hear a voice calling you, or sense the warmth of a mother's womb. It feels like salvation, but it's not. It's the trap. The karmic pull that brings you back into the cycle, back into forgetting, pain, struggle, and another lifetime of searching. Why do most souls give in? Because in this place, desire disguises itself as love. Fear pretends to be safety. And without awareness, you will choose the illusion again. That's why the ancient masters trained for years, to die, awake, to see through the beautiful lie of rebirth, to say no. But what happens if you refuse rebirth? What happens if your soul breaks the cycle? That's where we go in part 5. And what you'll discover there changes everything. Soul liberation, break the cycle, consciousness, afterlife, beyond. So what happens if you look into the illusion of rebirth and say no? The moment you resist, truly, consciously, you exit the path that most souls follow. You enter a space without form, without time, a place the ancients called the void, or shunyata, pure emptiness, yet full of potential. There is no ego here, no body, no memory, only awareness. Sounds peaceful? It is, and terrifying, because here there is nothing to hide behind, no stories, no names, just you, naked, eternal, unchanging. Few souls reach this realm, fewer remain, because without ego, there's no comfort, no identity, no control. But if you stay, if you remain aware in this vast, silent truth, you may reach what every mystic, monk, and sage has sought: liberation. But what exactly is liberation? Is it heaven, enlightenment, something else? In part 6, we'll go deeper and finally reveal the most misunderstood spiritual concept in human history: liberation, ego death, enlightenment, soul truth, illusion. Most people think liberation means floating in bliss, surrounded by light, ascending into eternal peace. But true liberation is nothing like that. Real freedom doesn't feel good. It feels like loss, the loss of identity, the death of everything you thought was you. Enlightenment is not a reward. It's a collapse of ego, stories, memories, and meaning, not because they were bad, but because they were never truly yours. And once everything falls, what's left? Silence, stillness, presence. You don't become someone greater. You stop being someone at all. And in that emptiness, you realize you never needed to escape. You were never trapped. There was no prison, only misunderstanding. But here's the twist no one tells you. Even after liberation, some souls choose to return. Why? That's the secret we'll uncover in part 7. Awakened souls, return, compassion, earth, mission. Not all souls stay in liberation. Some choose to come back. But why? Why would a being free from suffering re-enter the chaos of human life? The answer is simple and powerful: compassion. The awakened don't return out of need. They return out of love, to guide, to teach, to plant a seed in someone else's darkness. These souls are called by many names: bodhisattvas, lightworkers, saints. But they don't need titles. They carry no ego, no agenda, just presence. And you've seen them. Maybe in a stranger's eyes, maybe in your own reflection. Because sometimes the call to return doesn't come from above. It comes from within. And once you feel it, you'll know this life was never a punishment. It was a choice, your choice. But how do you know if you're one of them? In part 8, we'll decode the signs of an awakened soul living among the unaware. Awakened soul, signs, awareness, inner knowing, spiritual call. You feel things others don't. The noise of the world tires you. Lies are louder to your ears. Truths, even unspoken, are crystal clear to you. You've always known this life is more than work, sleep, and survival. You crave depth, meaning, silence. And sometimes you wonder, why do I feel like I don't belong here? You do belong, just not to this illusion. You may be an awakened soul, one who returned, not for fame, not for success, but for something much quieter: to remember, to reflect, to remind. You speak gently, you feel deeply, you carry wounds that aren't even yours, and still, you love, you stay, you serve. But what does it mean to live as an awakened soul in a sleeping world? In part 9, we explore the silent responsibilities of those who remember: spiritual mission, Awakening, silent path, presence, purpose. Being awake in a sleeping world isn't glorious. It's quiet, it's lonely, but it's deeply sacred. Your mission isn't to convince, convert, or preach. It's to be, to hold light, even when no one notices, to anchor peace when chaos surrounds you, to listen when others only want to speak. You walk through this world like a mirror, reflecting truths people forgot, not because you're better, but because you remember. And sometimes your greatest impact isn't what you say. It's your silence, your stillness, your presence in the middle of noise. This is your path, to carry the vibration of another reality while walking fully in this one. But here's the secret few realize. Even this sacred mission must one day end. In part 10, we face the final return and what lies beyond even awakening itself. Final return, soul journey, cosmic truth, oneness, infinite. At the end of every path, behind every illusion, after every death, there is only one light, one truth, one source. You were never separate, never broken, never lost. All the lifetimes, all the lessons, all the searching led you right back to yourself. Not the small self, made of name and story, but the infinite one, the silent witness, the still, eternal flame. This is the final return, not to a place, but to a realization. There is no you, there is no me, only awareness, dreaming itself into form. And now, you've remembered. And now, you can choose. Stay in the dream, or carry this truth into the waking world. If this message stirred something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Comment what you remembered. Save it for when you forget again. Because sometimes, one whisper is all it takes to wake another soul.